What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Jada Kiss, you know what I mean? Right now with Chris John. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey, all my niggas out there. Let's get right into it. Yeah!
BTBTV. Chris John, man. Yo, born, let's get him, man. Yeah, right, never off plan. Used to get busy with them guns in my hand. 4 or 5 or a black 9 with a grand in my pocket and beef cool as a fan. BTBTV, we are not playing. Y'all just talk, we back it up and down. Sideways, F what y'all saying. We Kyrie and Kanye. This a boss talk, so you clowns should just fly away. Yeah, hop on the bridge, throw your frame off the highway. This not a game, this is business, this my way. Real talk, your opinion is nothing to us. We gon' stay on chill, long as y'all don't violate. But it's not fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better be aware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. But we the best, I swear. We the best, I stay up in the mix. A project politics, my mood kinda sick. Name well known from the hood to the sticks. 100 on the highway, flying so fast, burn the gears when I shift. Some people kick dirt on your name, what shoes you gave them. Broke your back for them and they got the nerve to play you. Kick rap's door off, pushed and shoved my way through. Bum rush the kitchen, put my floor up on the menu. The jealousy be hitting up in jokes. That's why I stay serious like David Banner turned in the Hogan pure form like the Pope. Haters get infrared beams with the
Shout out to
so
Mr.
run and get
BTBTV,
ghosts.
salute Queen.
We fight good, boxed in like Floyd on the ropes. I'm the great black hope. Man, we the team and they know it coast to coast and it just ain't fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you can be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better be aware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. We the best, if you with us, put your lighters in the air. No, it just ain't fair. BTBTV. Just ain't fair, man.
Yeah. That's that Jada. What's going on, man?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
He's loud and clear.
All right.
All right. First of all, let me say peace to the chat, peace to the panel, peace to the 5% nation of guys and nerves. Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahmatullah, to all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. It's the King of New Jersey, it's BTBTV. We bully the bullies. We got a show today that's we popping, man. We got my big bro, got Bunting Jr. We got Lorraine Bunting. And we got K-Bay. So we're gonna get this topic popping tonight. Hey, how would y'all like to Jay? But you started off.
All right. I would like to talk about the roles, gender roles, because I don't want people to think, just despite the fact that it says gender wars, that I actually have an actual beef with my companion or the fairer gender. But I would like to address certain topics so that we can have a better understanding. And my wife is on the panel. That's my wife right there.
All right.
And I would like to say certain things, and I'd like to have her there to be able to defend herself from the charges that I'm bringing her up on. So I want to, not just to put my personal business out there, but just to, hey, Momo.
What's up, girl? Please.
To put us in a position so that we can understand that there's disagreements and things happen. Now, right. I'm going to, what's today? Today is Sunday. So it was about 3 weeks ago. It was a Sunday. Now, here's the situation. I had to drop a car off. I had to drop my van off at a shop to have some work done to it. And I use my van to make money, to do my deliveries, my vending machines, to restock, supply, so on and so forth. And there was an issue with my exhaust that it was broke. So I had to have it replaced, because if the exhaust is broke, then the fumes would come into the cabin where I'm at, and I'd have carbon monoxide, and it could possibly be fatal. Yeah. So that was something that I had to address. So I told my wife, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run about and take care of my errands. And then afterwards, I'm going to drop the van off at the mechanic, and you come pick me up, so on and so forth. My wife had something she had to do. Now, this is around 3-something p.m. I was leaving New Jersey. That's where I was at. I was leaving New Jersey, and I'm like, yo, I'm on my way back. So I can go straight to the place, drop it, come pick me up. In New Jersey, I called her like, yo, I'm on my way. She was like, well, I'm finished doing what I was doing. She's a real estate agent. That's one of her occupations. So she was doing something with a house. She was like, she's finished. They're going to Panera Bread. So, all right, 3-something, before 3:30. I don't remember what the exact time. So, boom, I head home first. I was like, well, she's at Panera Bread. Let me go home first. And boom, so I go home. I get caught up with my daughter doing something. Then I'm like, oh, man, it was almost 5. So I'm like, oh, man, let me hurry up, because she probably went straight there waiting for me. Yeah. So I go there. It's about like 1.5 miles from the house. So I go there. You know, they have after hours, so you can put your key into an envelope, write your information on it, drop it in the slot, and they'll get it in the morning. So I do all this, drop it in the slot, boom, talk to her. She was like, yo, I'm getting ready to leave. And I was like, don't even worry about it. It was Super Bowl Sunday. It was Super Bowl Sunday. I was like, don't worry about it. Just call a Uber for me. Stay what you're doing. Boom. And then after I told her that, I sat down and I was like, she sent a text and said, there's nothing. And I was like, oh, damn, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm like, there ain't nothing. It's over. So I'm like, yo, listen, I'm going to start walking home, which is about 1.5 miles from where I was at. Now, is that a big deal? I done walked more than 1.5 miles a bunch of times in my life. But I got to factor in the fact that where I live. Now, a lot of these streets that I have to walk don't have sidewalks. So I'm walking on the side of the road. They have a line that where you're supposed to walk at, but you know, it's still dangerous. And then you have the wildlife. So I'm walking. It took me about it took me 40 minutes to get home. Now, I thought, because she said she was on her way, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to walk this road, because if she takes the way home, she'll end up passing me, and then she could pick me up, you know, on the way home. Yeah. I walked all the way home. And I was tight, because I was like, if it was the other way around, I would have dropped what I was doing and came and picked her up. I would not have let her walk 1.5 miles in pitch black areas. And I felt violated, because when I called her and I was like, yo, I'm home, she's like, oh, okay, bye. What?
Oh, see, that's how you got home or nothing.
Right. So I'm like, come on, like, where's the equality here? Like, you should be equally worried about, because me being a man, me being tough has nothing to do with nothing, because if I have a small Mini Cooper come at me, I can't beat a Mini Cooper. It drives off the side of the road and hits me, I'm done. Yeah. So you should be worried about my well-being. But no, I didn't get that. So these are things that I want to address. And this is a prelude, because that's not really what I want to talk about. But I want to give her a chance to defend herself. And why did she let her husband walk 1 mile and some change without worrying about him? Why?
Good evening, all. Good evening, all.
Good evening. Good evening.
Now I can tell my side of the story because he left out one critical piece of information.
I did.
Now, yes, you did. Everything that you said, for the most part, happened the way you said it. But, however, he's right. After I finished what I was doing in real estate, I did say I'm going to Panera. I didn't go by myself. I went with a fellow agent. We went there. So when at some point he said to me, well, let me know when you're on your way. I said, okay, I'll let you know. We never communicated that I was ready to go. I was on my way. I said to you, when I'm on my way. No, you said to me, when you're on the way, we can meet up. And I said, okay, fine, cool. My meeting at Panera went way over what I expected.
Sure did. It sure did.
It went way over what I expected. But all in all, the communication was that when I contact you, we were going to do this, simultaneously. At some point, I was sitting in Panera and I got a text that said, "You're at the place." I didn't know you were going there because I never told you I was leaving. So it's not that I didn't have a worry about your safety or anything of that nature. I was just confused as to why you left, because even the person I was with said, well, why did he leave? I said, I have no idea why he's there. No clue. So to me, it was like a misunderstanding. I was still in the meeting. He called me about every half hour or so. So that was the okay, bye, because I was in the middle of conversations. So but it had nothing to do with, I don't have a fear of your safety. I wasn't worried about your safety because you communicated to me that you're at the place, you wanted Uber. I tried to get you the Uber, there was none available. And then you said, okay, I'm going to walk. I said, okay. Then you text me back and said, I'm already walking. No, I said, there's no Uber. You said, I'm already walking. I said, oh, okay. Well, he worked it out.
All right. Y'all heard her side, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, the females too, right? Kay, Momo, everybody heard?
I'm a try to go easy.
No, don't go easy.
That's my aunt. That's my. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm gonna talk to my aunt as if she's not my aunt, right?
Right.
So. Yeah, me personally, I would have dropped what I was doing and went and picked up my husband. The agent that I was with, hey, look, we got to cut this meeting short, or can we reschedule? I have an emergency. I don't know. I would have stopped or dropped what I was doing to go pick up my husband, honestly.
Okay, Momo, let's hear from the pulpit. Okay. Let's hear from the pulpit. Momo.
Well, hello. Good evening, everybody.
Good
evening, girl. Hey.
Hi. Honestly, and these are all my peoples, I wouldn't have went a motherfucking place. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
I'm having fun. I'm chilling. Whatever I'm doing, you got to communicate clearly. She said she didn't know you was even going to the place when she was already at her destination.
She even said I was calling like every half hour.
Yeah, but she didn't know what you was calling for. She's busy. She said she was in a meeting.
All right, she know what he's calling for.
Yes,
no, she didn't know he was at the place.
Let's put another variable out there for everybody to understand. Remember, I said I communicated at 3-something, and she was finished what she was doing, and she was on her way to Panera Bread. Now,
Panera would not have happened.
Who goes to Panera Bread for 5 hours?
Lorraine.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened.
See
He
what
could have
had
went to
happened
Olive
was-
Garden or IHOP or somewhere else and been done before 5 hours.
Right, but like
They don't even serve.
Or she
four,
could have
three,
went and
five-course
picked you
meals.
up and then
went.
went exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the plan to be there that long. And like I said, once we communicated that, hey, let me know when you're on your way so then I can go drop the van. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
See, this
What
is
about
something
that
I didn't
part?
tell you. This is something I didn't tell you. The owner called me and said, "Can you please get your wife out of here?"
No,
Oh.
no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
I'm just thinking, 5. She know it'll take 5 hours for you to drop your van off, though. That's
No. It only takes minutes.
Aunt Lorraine, you was really at Panera for 5 hours?
No, I was at Panera. I was probably about 30 minutes from home.
No, but
And
the amount of time you left Panera, ate something. You got there 3
no,
something.
I was there.
You
I
5
was
hours.
there for a while because
Damn.
I was with another agent, and we hadn't seen each other in a while, and we were just doing work together. So we were talking about different things, and like I said, the time we just kind of lost track of time. It wasn't intentional that okay.
Well,
I'm gonna go there
look,
and
you
stay for
still
5
y'all still
hours.
married. So
And the other
Exactly.
agent is like family. It wasn't like it
they
was
could
just
have
some
came to the house.
poop butt agent. Right.
Mm-mm.
It was like family. That's my boy. We're like brothers. That's his
And
wife.
it was Super Bowl Sunday. That's even more reason for them to come over to the house.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the reason why we
Damn.
stayed out.
Dang.
You wrong. Tell her females. She was wrong for that.
I'm not saying nothing.
Nah, that's wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong.
I know the part. My part is it was wrong that you had to walk. That was the wrong part because I don't like that. I don't like the walking. You remember when Bridget tried to play you and made you walk from Bronx to Mount Vernon? I didn't like.
Yes.
Oh no.
I don't like that part. I don't like when they make my brother walk.
But I took
But
the
it seems
train.
like everybody do that to him.
Oh yeah, that was Bronx from Mount Vernon. I was thinking about the other thing in
Yeah.
City Island. I took the train, but
Yeah,
Bronx from Mount Vernon. Yeah.
Everybody always leaving his ass because he's rude. That's why.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Shit on the phone,
That
and
ain't-
she's like, "Okay."
No, that ain't got nothing to do with it. The Bronx to Mount Vernon
Why
is
everybody
just
let you
simply
walk? Why everybody let you walk?
because they don't have consideration. They don't do to me what I would do for them. My sister Bridget wouldn't have walked from the Bronx to Mount Vernon with me, and Lorraine definitely wouldn't have walked an hour and a half. A mile and a half in pitch black. I would have told home, listen, we gotta go. Like, we gotta get her. If we gotta come back to Panera Bread, we'll finish this sandwich later.
No, but wait.
Relax.
But wait a minute. Remember, you said we had an agreement before you hung up the fourth time or whatever time it was that you called me that, hey, I'll let you know when I'm on my way. You took it upon yourself and did an extra step and then called. And then when you said, hey, just call me an Uber, I said, okay. And then when I said, listen, there's no Uber, because honestly, there wasn't any Uber.
Yeah, that's when you're supposed to take action and say, it's time to say goodbye.
When I called,
I got to get my
did.
husband.
I
He was
called
20
you
minutes
back.
away. You would have caught me. It took me
I
40
called
minutes
you.
to get home.
Look,
It
I
would have taken you
called
20
back.
minutes. You could have caught me when I was halfway home.
Okay, I called him back and he said, I'm already walking. I said, okay.
I just walked out of
He
the
was
parking
like,
lot. Like I was 20 steps into the journey.
All right. All right.
All right, Michelle. Now, what you feel about that situation? About that getting stuck and having to walk?
Brother, can he hear you?
Krishan,
Yo,
yo, who got somebody got the YouTube playing?
that was just me.
Okay, Krishan. All right, let me ask you a question. In a situation like that, well, how would you handle it?
I wasn't even listening to the story.
Oh, you just came up.
Yeah,
All right.
I just got on.
All right. Well, his wife was supposed to pick him up because he had to go drop off his truck, his van, to get serviced. She said she's finished with her work. She went to a meeting. She went to get Panera Bread for lunch. They ended up being lunch, dinner, and brunch.
And a snack.
And a snack. 5 hours. And he had to walk all the way home, which is like 45-minute walk, and he's walking on the highway.
They had to walk home? Dang.
Yeah. Had to walk home. Now, if your woman would have left you on the road like that to walk that highway with no sidewalks, with just the little white line on the highway, how would you have felt?
It wasn't the highway, but it was a strip of road, a couple of strips of road that didn't have sidewalk, and and it was dark. And where we live at, it gets really dark.
Coyotes,
street like dogs.
And let me throw
dark.
this little bit in that he actually left on his own without communicating with his wife.
I told her I was going to go there straight from Jersey, but I went home first. So I thought that she was there before me, so I was hustling to get there. And I had to walk home in the dark. And I walked past a dead deer. So that means somebody veered off the road, past the white line, and the deer met its fate. So I'm like,
that could have been you.
That could have been me. Right next to the deer.
Wow.
And the deer is faster than me. And he didn't make it.
He said he ain't make it.
Word up.
Let's flip that. Let's flip that. Imagine you would have did that to your wife.
I would have never heard the end of it. I would have been looked upon as a scourge of the earth.
Facts.
It's the truth.
Well, I would have did something different. I would not have left the house until I received solid communication from my husband that he was on his way to pick me up.
But you should have been on your way to pick him up and not on your way to Panera.
No bread.
Yeah, not for 5 hours. They don't serve nothing that requires 5
Matter
hours.
of fact, you should have picked him up and y'all all could have went to Panera.
Yeah.
He wasn't around.
Clearly.
He was in the dark in the woods.
That's right. With dead ass Bambi.
Oh.
Yeah. Probably chicken hawks circling around buzzards, trying to get to that fresh meat that Bambi that was sitting there. And you had to walk right past it to that attack. You know what I mean?
But that's the icebreaker, because I wanted to be able to get my wife into the situation. But I wanted to speak about Kay.
Yep.
What was the statement that you made that I addressed on Instagram or wherever you posted it, that you said, let's discuss this?
That's a good question.
Well, it was I'm a refreshing your memory. It was more based upon men being intimidated by a woman's success or accomplishments, and it wasn't specifically that, but this was my way of paraphrasing it, because that's basically what you were saying. Our men are intimidated by that. So if you are like dating and someone treating the other, or I can't remember specifically, but it was based upon like men are intimidated by a woman who is independent.
I believe what I had said was men say that they want an independent woman, but they really, really don't. Because a woman who is independent, it really messes with a man's ego. It doesn't make him feel like a man. He doesn't feel like a manly man, or as though he's any use to that woman if she has her own money.
Nah.
Or I mean, that could just be my experience, because I'm newly divorced, and my ex-husband was like that. He was. I can't even tell you what he was.
So you married a bum?
Here's the thing. He wasn't a bum. He was just very. I feel like he low key knew that he didn't have anything else to offer me. He had nothing else to bring to the table except for money. So, you know, I can't love this woman the way she needs to be loved. I cannot, you know, show her the affection or the respect that she deserves, but I can buy her anything she wants. He bought me anything in this world, paid all the bills. I didn't have to work, but he treated me like dirt. And he didn't want me to work because for him, that made him feel like a man.
Low self-esteem issues. Well,
Basically.
That's what that is. And what was you doing besides sitting at the home? Did he have cameras in the house? Cameras in your lawn? See everything?
Nah, he didn't have cameras in the house.
I gotta check this out. I got a friend I used to work with while I was in York, PA. Right. So we'd be on a break, and when we were on break, he's watching the cameras at his house. His wife and daughter there. He's like, "Oh, so y'all gonna order food? You ain't even sent me no lunch." I'm looking at him like, "Bro, how you gonna order food?" He's like, "Yo, my camera's right here. I see everything." I'm like, "Yo, bro,
that's a bit much."
Yeah, cameras. Now, cameras on the porch, you know what I'm saying? See somebody breaking your house, something like that, that's different. But to watch the cameras and see what they're doing at all times, whenever you're not there, that's a little creepy and stalkish to me.
It is.
And I told him that. He's like, "Well, that's my house." I'm like, "That's your wife, man, and your daughter there. What you think? What else they'll be doing?"
Well, here's my take on it. I understand the old school ideology where the guy feels that the woman shouldn't work. I understand that. Do I agree with that? No, but I understand the concept, and I understand how some men feel that if they aren't the main provider, that they aren't fulfilling their role. I understand that. Now, myself, I respect a woman who can provide or can participate in partnership in providing for the household. I respect that. I actually applaud women being able to do for themselves, not having to depend on the man to make income. But on the flip side, when a woman is able to provide for herself and doesn't actually need financial support, it ends up being where a woman's mouth ends up becoming extra fly because they don't need it and start saying, "Well, I don't need you for this and I don't need you." And it shouldn't be that way. It still should be a matter of respect regardless. It shouldn't be dependent upon how much money you have. So some guys think that if I provide the money, I have the power and you can be treated like a second-class citizen. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But on the flip side, like I said, when you're making your money, don't talk to me like I'm a bum. Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to keep it real, my wife is right there. When I first got with her, and I know her from when we was kids, but I'm talking about when we first got married, she was making more money than me. And I'm not talking about a couple of dollars more. The scales was definitely unbalanced. So it was like just got out of prison a year before. We got married the first year I was out. So I'm still working to put myself in better positions. And so there was certain times when she made statements that was like slaps in the face. Yeah. Like, "Yo, listen, I'm paying for this. And she may not have meant it that way. But that's the way I took it. I'm paying like, yo, like, hold on a second. I'm doing the best I can right now. And I'm putting myself in positions. And I did put myself in positions and made some things happen. But that doesn't negate those times when those words were said. And it's like, yo, like at the end of the day, I'm still a man.
That's
regardless of how right. You don't do that. You don't emasculate your men. You try to pull them up. And my sister's quiet because she's the
Because
queen of emasculating men.
yeah, she be smacking baby daddies and boyfriends and husbands all around.
Mind my business.
Well, I'm gonna say something because even though I made that statement, let's get it right for why I said the statement. The statement had nothing to do with it had to do with an appliance that broke down in the home. And I made the statement of, well, we're paying this money, so this should be fixed. We were renting at the time. So it was like, no, this should be fixed. This shouldn't be this way because we're paying. So that's where the statement was from. And he took it as, listen, I'm a believer in sometimes when a person takes a statement offensively and it wasn't said that way at all, you have to look back at yourself and feel like, wow, why am I taking that back?
Right. That's a problem.
That's your insecurity. That was the insecurity because my statement had to do with an appliance.
Right. But you used the wrong pronoun. You said, I am paying the rent. So if you say I am paying the rent and it's coming out of your mouth, you're saying what you are doing and henceforth pointing out what I am not doing. So it's like, and we were renting from my father. So it wasn't like we was renting from someone else. So it was like, I'm paying the rent. So you go talk to your father and tell him to get this fixed. And I'm like, well, listen, I'm trying to work with him, and this, that, and the third. He can be. Well, I'm paying, and this is, if not, I can stop paying the rent. And
she said but I think she meant we.
Well, she should have said we because we ain't French. We is English, and she should have said it. And she said
that's exactly what I meant. Because, like I said, I was explaining to you at the time that, listen, when you are renting from a place, certain appliances should not be an issue. Right. And this appliance is an ongoing issue, not one time, not two times. It's an ongoing issue. So have the conversation.
But here's the big thing. And I'm saying this because this has passed, but it's the truth. At that time, she was paying the rent. I was paying other smaller bills, but the rent was the biggest bill we had. And she was paying that, and I was paying other smaller bills because I was doing Uber at the time. So my money was coming in smaller bits. So I was taking care of smaller expenses. So when she said, I am paying the rent, that was a true statement. It wasn't a we statement. It was an I statement. So when she said that, she made a statement of fact, but it was still a slap in my face.
Well, saying, if you ain't like the fact that the statement was true, then you got to do what you got to do and change that.
I did, but it didn't change the fact that was a true statement. It was a slap in the face. It was something that I couldn't change at that moment. I had to grow to that point. I had to work my way up to that point. So she uppercut and kicked me in the nuts with that statement. See? Yeah, and that was a you problem because you said it. Yeah, so you understand what I'm saying? See, Mo is quiet because she knows that was a kick to the nuts.
Mo beat me up though. She emasculate all her men. So you already said it.
Yeah, I understand. I understand both sides of the coin because women, like in her position, that when she said I am paying the rent, she said it. Ain't nothing. She didn't think. She just said it, and that's what it was.
And it was true.
You took it offensively because it hurt your little feelings, and that's okay. But then men do it all the time to women who they taking care of. They home with the kids and they come home popping that crap.
Oh, he's working. Hold on, he's not sitting home. He's working. He's working too.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the normal life of a woman who's raising kids that got to go through this with their baby daddy or their husband who come home talking crap about how they're providing and they should be doing this and that and the third, or they should be doing this and that and the third. Women go through it too all the time.
Definitely.
Back and forth.
Absolutely.
If I should understand you and your position right there, you should understand my feelings when I'm home taking care of these 3 kids.
See, and that's where the disconnect is. That's where the disconnect is. A lot of times who male or female, whoever's paying the rent or whoever's paying, I guess, the biggest bill or whoever's paying the most bills, they usually tend to forget about everything that the other person is doing. Okay, I may not pay the rent. You're paying the rent. This $1,600 rent, you're paying it. That's great. But I'm doing all the cooking. I'm doing all the cleaning. I'm home with these kids all day. I'm helping you run your business. And all of that is overlooked. Yep. As if I'm sitting on my ass at home all day doing nothing.
Yeah.
And
when you put those 3 kids in daycare, that trumps the rent big time.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What 3 kids you talking about? You making stuff up right now. Like you don't even have 3 kids.
But we
I'm
understand
just making an
coming
example.
from.
You're just making stuff up.
Even I got 2 kids, and my 2 kids still trump the rent. So what? And what?
Hold on. Daycare trumped the rent, you said?
Yes, it did. What are you talking about?
And you was in New York, right?
No, she was in Florida.
No, I was in Florida.
Oh, Florida.
No, when I had my first kid, I was in New York with the first
Florida and New York got a lot of programs for kids that really you don't have to pay for.
No, well,
it depends on your income.
That's single mothers. I wasn't a single mother.
And that's if you don't, right. And that's if depending on the household income.
So get your facts straight, King.
Hold on. You was talking about what would trump the rent. You saying that child care.
Yes, it does. So where did I go wrong? I don't know what program you live in. Maybe I need to move to New Jersey and have another baby.
Shit. Go ahead, do you. I go Florida. I lived in Florida too. I lived in Jacksonville. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of women have programs. They work with those programs for their kids, for daycare for their kids while they work.
I've never had a program.
I didn't know nothing about those programs, and I lived in Florida for 22 years.
Let me tell you, I lived in Trenton, New Jersey. Okay, Trenton Ewing area, and when I was working, there's a program in Jersey called Child Care Connection, and they paid for my son's daycare. Yeah. Sure did. At a black-owned daycare.
Wait a minute.
Sounds like a gang.
There must be something that I might have left out something here.
Uh-oh.
You have to qualify for the programs, meaning your income got to be low or a certain amount. Can't be over a certain amount.
That's what I said. I said income. I said
so that's it. I never qualify for nothing free for my kids. Never.
That's because you just pimping your husband out. He's making too much money.
No, he was making money. I was making money too. And we both was making money. And that's why we never got free daycare.
And that's why you always talk down to him, because you was making this much money, son.
No, I don't care how much money he made. I don't care if I was sitting home on welfare. I still talk the way I talk.
Hello.
You hear that?
that right there. And the reason
Sis said I said what I said.
That's right.
And the reason she do that because she got the guy back there with the dreads. She got forced back there. And no nigga and shake up. I'm telling shit. Who the fuck you think you talking to? Get your ass down. I'm telling my brother.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
turning them to a little Mitch.
And I'm gonna tell you something. What I learned too. Me as being a man, I got sisters. 2 sisters. My older sister. I got aunts that we grew up at the same age. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn, even with that, you have to learn how to stay out them women's affairs, because you know what they do? Once Johnny went over there, shook Mo husband up, beat him up a little bit, she would be mad at Johnny.
Yeah.
We would have jumped his ass.
No, I don't believe that. You said that now. You and your husband would jump Johnny. You and your husband would jump Johnny.
Lorraine. Yeah. Everybody know. When I'm mad at somebody and somebody come to defend me, whoever I'm mad at, that person's in the world of trouble. Because whoever come to defend me, we're gonna beat that person up. I don't care who it is. It could be my boyfriend. It could be he already beat up my boyfriends before. It could be my boyfriend. It could be whoever. If I'm arguing with somebody and somebody come to defend me and my honor, we both getting at them. I would do the same thing for him. That's how it goes.
I beat up her boyfriend, but I didn't know it was her boyfriend, and he played himself. So she just watched, and then she stopped me. But it would have been hard to beat up her boyfriend then because I was locked up. So they would have had to bring him on a visit, and then we jump him.
No, but I'm saying, but majority of the time, when you're the man of the household, you're the only man that's there to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Once you do your job as a protector, a lot of times they turn on you.
Yeah, especially if you go overboard and somebody ends up in a hospital or dead, then now you got a witness that's related to you against you.
Against you, yeah.
Yeah.
She cried. Oh, she had the funeral crying. Oh my God, you killed my baby.
Yeah.
And then
mean for you to do that.
Well, you
right at the grand jury, pointing the pictures out. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
How you know? That's my brother. I know who he is.
They will do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it in the law books. I've seen it. It happens.
That's
you
what I'm
see
saying.
it in person when Bridget slammed your head in the door.
Wow.
Look,
you had to bring that up. You had to bring that up.
Or how many times my brother tried to intercede in some sister boyfriend thing and got that raw end of the stick.
Yeah, that was just me trying to come to her aid, stick my head in the door. Hey, what is going on? Boom! Like,
mind your business. Mind your business.
Like, I guess you got this under control.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I remember one time this is why I was living in Atlanta. So I was staying with my aunt for a minute, right? And her husband, he had just came back in the house, whatever. He had to move back with her, whatever. And one day I'm coming in the house and I hear them arguing. So I'm like, that's none of my business. They arguing, right? Next thing you know, her phone go flying across the room. So I'm thinking she threw her phone at him. Now he took her phone and threw it at the wall. I'm like, yo, bro, now you getting violent, bro. Don't do that, man, because I hate to put hands on you in this house. I know that's your wife, that's my aunt, you know what I'm saying? Slow down, won't keep Musabi slow down. And no sooner or later that happened for my camera for you. No sooner after that happened.
I thought you threw a phone across the room to reenact it.
Nah.
Sound like.
That's my camera, yeah, for myself. No sooner that happened, he ready for me to get out of there. You know, oh no. This is what we do. This is not what's gonna happen. You know, he wanted me out. I'm like, yo, I'm protecting you until you want to let this nigga put me out. I'm like, all right, it's cool. It's cool. But that happens.
You have, back in the days, they had, remember Gwen Guthrie, No Romance Without Finance?
Uh-huh.
You got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. They was like females adapted to that. All right, guys got to have money, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Now, new age, women are making their own money and they're being independent, whatever that crap was. Boom, they start singing about independence. And now it's like, to hell with the man. And I'm going to put it from my own perspective, because at this time when she was paying the rent, I was taking care of my daughter instead of daycare. So she was working in the daytime, I was staying with my daughter. And then when she come home, that's when I'll go do Uber. So it was like I had two roles, two jobs. I take care of my daughter in the daytime, boom, and do my Uber at night. She work in the daytime, and then in the evening she come when my daughter's, going down, meaning eating dinner, going to bed. So I had the more active role in the day, where they're running around, this, that, and the third. And I don't mind that, because like I said, me and my daughter is really, really tight till this day. And I was there during those real formative moments, the formative months and years that helped in grooming her, that we were really tight. And she had to really talk me into that, because I was thinking like, yo, listen, you making me the female in this relationship, you know. And she was explaining to me, listen, instead of daycare, when you take care of, we're actually saving money, because this is how it's going down. And then I understood it, because when it came to put my daughter in daycare, I was paying for that. So I realized that $1,000 a month that I was paying for daycare, I was actually helping us save $1,000 a month prior to that.
That's right.
But still in all, it didn't negate the fact that it took, it gave me some blows on my ego at first to accept it. Like, yo, I'm sitting here babysitting while she's working. And, you know,
when people say that.
I was about to say,
because
that's how I felt. I had to get past that. But I had to get past that. But, you know, I got past it. And
so you said she's here making me the female. My question is, who says that you're the female? Why is it the woman's job to stay home with the kids? Why does society say that?
The man is the female.
It's a bunch of BS. It's BS. It's BS.
See, I hear what you're saying, but when she comes home and start flexing and start talking about this crap, you do this, you do, she start coming around like she's Ralph Cramden and I'm Alice.
What?
Then I got a problem with that. Like, hold on a second, hold on.
Goodness.
Who's gonna go to the moon? Who got the blah blah blah? Like,
but how you supposed to protect the house? The man is supposed to protect, right? How you gonna protect the house if you not at the house?
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm just saying.
I don't even understand that.
I understand it either. I'm gonna tell you this. And I know I'm gonna tell you how unfair the scales is, right? Now, right now I'm on a good one. Me, great. You know what I'm saying? We do our thing together. But when I got married, I was young and everything. I was a bodyguard, so she didn't have to work if she didn't want to, really. You know what I'm saying? Only she had to do that. But I was like, you know what? You got all them degrees. Put them degrees to use. I'm on a roll. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on a roll. So put like this. She wanted me to stop doing. She wanted me off the road. She wanted me to stay home. I'm like, I just came home from prison a few years ago. It's gonna be hard for me to get a job that's gonna cover what I was making on this road. I already bought the house cash, so we was good at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard for me to cover what I was making on the road, so we can still keep living the same lifestyle. So I don't care. I want my husband home. You up there? You got to do all them tricks and da 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 da. Oh, that ain't me. That's the celebrities messing with these women. I'm just watching the door. No extra guests, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point. One time she rolled up to the hotel I was at. I don't know how you track a phone. You track the cell phones. This is back in 2009. I didn't know nothing about tracking the cell phone. She had a tracker on my cell phone that showed exactly what hotel I was at. So when she came there, I was living in Blacksburg, Virginia, and this was we was in Durham, North Carolina. We had a show out there. I was with Nelly. When she came there, I don't know how she got there, but one of my other security, he was like, "Yo, your wife at the door."
Oh wow.
So, long story short, I was like, you know what? She want me to stay home. I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stop bodyguard. I'll just go give me a regular job. You know how hard it is to get a regular job when you're record 2 or 3 years old? This is back in the early 2000s. I was making like $9 an hour here. I had to work 2 jobs, and I still wasn't making the money I was missing. You know what I mean? Right. But
that sounds like she wanted you to stay home because she ain't trust you. That's what that sound like.
Nah, but then when the bills start coming in, the house is paid for now. Now you got your car note, you got the insurance, got my car, you know what I'm saying? Insurance, the kids, you know what I'm saying? all the stuff they was doing. All the kids play every sport, everything. Now you got an attitude because the money ain't where it is. You know what I'm saying? Well, you should shut the fuck up. Let me continue doing what I was doing. You
can't have it both ways. Pick a struggle.
Pick a struggle. You can't have it both ways. But I got rid of that motherfucker. Whew, that was a.
Wait. What?
I got rid of that motherfucker. I was like, that was a monkey off my back. I tell you that much.
Wait a second. Wait, you got rid of the job or you got rid of the woman?
I got rid of her ass.
Oh, okay.
I let her keep the house. I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna what you can have custody.
Look, you single?
Nah, I got a woman now.
Oh.
Yeah, I was single for a while though. I stayed single, man. I stayed single after a breakup. I think I stayed single for like at least 3 years or better each time. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to bring no baggage to a new relationship. You know?
Oh please.
What's that supposed to mean?
Right up here lying.
Shots fired.
He's lying. King of New Jersey liar.
Everybody know me knows when I stay single for a while.
Whatever. I remember you was in them bars. You was in them bars hanging out all night.
I was working.
Yeah. That's what they
I
call
was
it.
working. They ain't hanging out when you get paid for it, ma. It's not hanging out when you get paid for it, shorty. Give it real. I was getting paid to be where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That Christian, you had trying to throw me under the bus. I was hanging out at the bar. Hold up, make it so bad. I was at Spanish bars. You see that? Everybody see that I was at Spanish bars. They don't speak English.
Okay.
One thing they know is, ay, bye-bye, papi, hey, get to sit. They don't know English. They like, papi, here go tip. Thank you, gracias. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We gotta get you some Spanish lessons.
I don't know Spanish. I'm good. I understand enough. I understand what they're talking about. I tell you that much.
Mm.
I understand the words when they're talking about me. Maricon, Mundeo, Puto. Like, what the fuck you talking about this?
No.
Yeah,
I can't.
I know when they talking shit because my yete.
Yeah.
You call me a nigga? I push you to the white meat. You know you're talking about you because they talk about you to like they're talking about to one of my security shit, right? And then first they said they was like, my yete, I'm like, you call me a nigga, motherfucker? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, but in that situation what I was talking about, I had to leave that situation because it was, how can you say, it wasn't beneficial for my wellness mentally and keep my ass out of jail. I would have stayed there. I've been a busted head to the white meat. I've been sitting up there in the sticks in Virginia in their prison. So I might well get away from you. You bad karma.
There's a lot of situations whereas the male and the female may be attracted to each other, but they're not a good fit. It's a toxic situation. Mm-hmm. And Kay, you might be able to elaborate on that. Since
hold on, cross up. She's a Capricorn too. Anybody out there, y'all date a Capricorn, y'all stupid as hell. All the Capricorns I know is selfish individuals. What? Capricorns and Leos are selfish individuals, and they're liars. Big liars. The ones I know. I don't know which ones y'all know. But the Capricorns and Leos I know.
Well, I never dated a Capricorn, but I'm a Cancer, and
y'all perfect with each other. Y'all both are selfish. So y'all good.
What?
Y'all both selfish. Y'all good.
Bruh. I feel attacked. I feel attacked.
I'm just going about the horoscope.
I'm not gonna hold you though. Capricorns love Cancers. They love me. What? They love me.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you too, but you know,
y'all just saying
I'm just a lovable person.
What's your air sign? Air sign, right?
Cancers?
Yeah.
We're water signs.
Water sign, that's why, yeah.
Yeah, Cancer's a crab.
Crab, yeah, true. Yeah, y'all water signs. Yeah, y'all horrible. They're horrible signs.
No, he didn't.
My boy Moroccan T, salute to Moroccan T. He said,
yes, we're
are
very emotional. We are very sensitive people.
And
So-
see, I got my fiance up here laughing at me. It ain't funny, but it is what it is. But Cancers are very emotional. Capricorns are emotional. The goddamn lion ass Leos. You know what I'm saying? So
What sign are you?
I'm Aquarius, the best sign ever.
God. Oh my God. This
like
dude.
that's 4 of us on the panel. It's Aquarius.
Are you a January Aquarius or February Aquarius?
January 24th.
Oh yeah, see.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, Christian, what's your birthday, Christian?
July 2nd.
He a Cancer. Thank you.
There you go. Emotional motherfucker.
That's why he's so quiet, so he don't start crying.
See, I had it both ways. I had one way when she didn't want me, but she hate me on the road. I had another way when a motherfucker wanted me going all the time, just send them money so they can do what the fuck they want to do. And I leave her alone too. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm not supporting. Would you take these niggas out with my money? Get the fuck out. They got me fucked up.
That ain't got nothing to do with their horoscope sign though. That's where you found that ass at.
Nah.
Yeah. Where you
stay out of
Walmart.
Stay out of Walmart. Stay out of Walmart. Nah, I never married to a Puerto Rican. I never was in a serious relationship or married to a Puerto Rican woman or a Spanish woman day in my life.
You met your girlfriend in Walmart?
My first wife, I met at Walmart.
She was working there?
No, she wasn't working there. She was shopping.
That's why it didn't work.
What?
Because she was shopping.
Because she was in Walmart.
Well, she wanted him not to work. So she must have had a decent job. But she shopped at Walmart and wanted him to leave his day job.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, Walmart get addictive for women because women go to Walmart and
hey, watch it. Watch it.
The super
I'll be
Walmart.
in Walmart like every day. Watch
super
it.
Walmart. They bring a $400, $500 bill easy. You like, God damn.
Well, in order to go to Walmart, you have to be, if you're a woman going to Walmart by yourself and stuff every day, you have to already have an attitude to be prepared for whatever's gonna go down.
True.
So that's the type of woman that you found up in Walmart. So when she tried to bring the business to you, you didn't want to hear it.
Check this out. I was looking for movies that day.
And you found one.
You got the best. One. That's the best movie you ever seen.
Now, if I put that marriage on a motherfucking TV screen, what was that shit called? That Tyler Perry movie when the husband was cheating on the wife. He's a lawyer.
Oh,
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
The Diary of a Mad Black Man.
Goodbye.
I support her, let her do her thing. You know what I'm saying? Got a career, got that shit popping. They ask for no money. They look at it, and then one day I was like, damn, I couldn't find my card. So I always keep money in my dresser. So I went to the dresser, I took some money off there, and I went to handle my business, right? Came back. Yo, I left that again. I had to go somewhere. So I get a call on my cell phone. What happened to the money that was on the dresser? I'm like, the money on the dresser? I thought it was my money. She's like, no. I'm like, Mama, she's like, no, that was mine. You left it for. I'm like, yo, check this out. I left it for you, but I needed it because I can't find my card. I got to wait for another card to get shipped to me. Now, you know what I'm saying? And guess who had my card?
She did.
And never told me. Yeah.
What? She's a thief.
Listen, you got kids with her?
I got a son with her.
Damn. Well,
he's 13 now. I only got 5 more years.
Until 18?
Yeah.
I had an argument yesterday with my wife that started over dog food. Can anybody top that? Can anybody top? Well, let me tell you, and then you can top it. We have a dog, and the dog eats. And guess what the dog eats? Dog food.
food.
Boom. Now, usually I feed the dog. So I get her little water bowl, her little food bowl.
Hold on,
And-
first of all, before you finish, y'all, the dog is this big. The dog ain't eating that much food. The dog is my cat bigger than that dog.
So I put the dishes, the water bowl and the food bowl on the counter. I do this every day. I put it on the counter, and she's in the kitchen doing something, so she sees me. Now, she had tried to knock me down a little earlier in the day. I don't, sometimes I don't from in prison. This is something, a trait I took from in prison. I don't like people bumping me, brushing me, bumping me.
Yeah,
or I don't like
hate that
physical
shit.
contact.
Yeah.
When I don't, especially when I don't see it coming. It's like being snuffed.
You're 100% right, bro. Yeah.
So she had said something. We was in the garage. She wanted me to move something, and then she wanted me to move out her way. And then instead of going around me, she bumped me, but I wasn't looking. So I almost fell. Then she fronted like, like she lost her balance. No, you didn't lose your balance.
I did lose my balance.
You just tried to chump me by bumping me.
And
so
when I bumped you back, it knocked you off balance a little bit.
Right. And so I just left. I was frustrated behind that, so I left. Instead of arguing and beefing about it, I was like, let me get out of this garage. Boom. So I go to do the dog food. She sees me and she stops everything she's doing, like, and just watches me. So I'm like, yo, am I in your way? Yeah, you're in my way. I said, all right, so what you doing? Now she's doing something on the other side of the counter. Not other side, about 3 feet away from where I was doing. She was doing something about 3 feet away from where I was at. So the spot that I was at had nothing to do with the spot that she was at.
I'm cooking.
I'm cooking.
You better leave her alone if she put something in your food and get your insurance money.
But she's like, you got dog food in here, and on the counter. I was like, it's food. She said, it's dog, but it's food. Like, it's food for the dog. Food on the counter. I was like, we could just wipe it off. No. I was like, listen, don't start with me right now. Because you already bumped me. You know what I'm saying? You already tried to take me to a point. So
now try to chump you off.
Right. Now you're trying to chump me about. Now this is the famous dog food argument. So I'm like, leave me alone with this. So I'm continuing. I scoop dog food out of the thing. I got dog food in a little cup that I put it in there. So you want to continue talking you want to finish it, Lorraine? You want to finish it?
Oh, you mean where he threw
the story.
Dog food at me?
Yeah, you want to finish the
That's the end
story?
of it. He threw dog food at me.
No, you didn't.
No. See, she just jumped straight to the throwing the dog. Yeah, like
that's all right, we need. That's all we need. Period.
No. I had it in a cup.
I like her version better. I like getting right to it.
No. I said, I'm not in the mood for this right now. And she's like, well, it's the kitchen and I'm cooking and then and I was like, stop it. All
right, Momo. Now we gotta go jump him.
And then I said this 3 times. I'm talking about.
At least he threw dog food and not the whole dog bowl.
Yeah. And so I was like,
not the dog.
and here's the funny part. I already threw the food. Half of the stuff went into the wine part. The cabinet where we got the wine.
Yeah.
Most of the food went in there because it wasn't like I had direct aim with the cup. And then I went like this again. And she ain't nothing left in the cup. But she made it seem like that was the worst thing in the world.
It
you
was.
threw dog food at me.
It
you
was.
threw dog food at me.
It was.
Like, come on, like
better than dog shit.
You know what?
I'm like, Are you
Here's
serious?
what I said to him. What I was saying to him, I said, you should be saying that I'm right because I'm here, I'm cooking. I'm using the kitchen.
You should have just
I'm
put some
cooking.
dog food in his food.
Right, exactly. Because he's like, oh, it's food. I said, no, but it's dog food. You see, I'm cooking. Go somewhere else. Like, go to the other side. Go to.
Uncle Johnny, was that the
garage.
only counter in the kitchen?
No.
No.
No,
But
but
that's
the
the
thing is,
counter
that's
that I
the stuff you
use every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you use it every day when I'm not cooking in the kitchen. I'm actively cooking. I got food on this side. I'm got something on that side. I was chopping up stuff on your side. Like it was. I told you I was using
You heard
the
her.
kitchen.
She said on his side. So she took on his side when he make his dog food.
No, I said
And
on
then-
his side, meaning the side he was on. But the side that
she
he's
wasn't
actually
She wasn't using
using
it at that moment.
I
It was clear.
was.
It was clear. It was nothing.
Look, Aunt Lorraine, next time just put a little dog food in his food.
Exactly. That's
And that's why
exactly
you're
what I'm gonna
divorced,
do.
because you put some dog food in your man.
Listen, if I was gonna do something, I would have done something a whole lot worse than some damn dog food. Okay.
I'm telling you, she put something in his food before.
That's right. That's right. He ain't know. That's
Yeah,
right.
he ain't know.
He had to get
That's why she laughing. Hold on. That's why she laughing.
Listen, if I put something in his food, I'd be a millionaire right now. Just saying. Just throwing
It
that
didn't
out
work. It didn't work.
It's not too late.
He checked his camera.
Yo, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I ain't eating tonight. She look like she did something special to that. Why she go under
sauce.
Why she go under the cabinet to get seasoning with the cabinet?
It's a new seasoning, babe. Try it. You're gonna like it.
Oh my gosh, it's called Drano.
Yo.
Drano, no taste. No
Smiling.
taste. You got mixed Drano with the orange juice. Take this vodka and orange juice, baby.
Do you notice? You notice who laughed the hardest when the dog food was thrown?
Your sister?
Yeah, hell yeah. She loves the drama. She loves the drama. Like, oh my gosh. She's like, that's what I used
That's
to
something
do.
I would have did.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Momo horrible because Momo know.
You don't have to call me horrible.
Yeah, you're horrible. Capital H, capital O, double R, capital R.
That's something exactly what I would have did. I don't play. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. I say
That's
that
what I
every
was
day.
trying to
Look,
tell
I say
her.
that every day.
Yeah, she does. She says
But you
that to
know-
her priest. Go to church. Leave me alone. Like, we didn't ask you to come here.
Nah, but yeah, you got a point though. A lot of times, it's different. Like I said, men and women, men get hold to whole different circumstances than women. Because a woman can lose her job, and a man won't say shit. He get another job to do what he has to do to make sure everything is paid. If you lose your motherfucking job, they say it's all right for a minute.
Yeah.
Even though you're going looking for work, it's all right for a minute. But yo.
I remember the times that I lost my job. My baby father always said, "That's all right. You get another one. You didn't like that job anyway." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." But let him come home unemployed and see what happens.
Hey, shout out to the Mentality Podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Mentality Podcast.
Yes, FYI, I'm agreed with on the chat. Thank you very much.
You agree with what? Hey, beautiful?
No.
I'll tell you one thing, we are not agreeing with no Geminis.
All right. So am I abusive husband for having
No,
bad
they
aim with
said
dog food?
respectfully she don't want dog food in her space. I thought it said face. I was like, yeah. I was agreeing with the face part, but the space part, I don't know, because I've been in that house many times and he always do the same thing every morning with the dog.
Not
food.
while I'm cooking.
Not while you don't never cook over there.
Yes, I do.
that's right.
Oh my goodness.
Look,
You know
King.
when he was
King,
doing the dog
King,
food?
What's up?
They got a
doing
big
it
kitchen.
near-
They have a big kitchen with a
He
lot
was
of
doing
counters.
it-
She don't take up those counters while she cooking.
No, he was doing
That's
it
right.
by the kitchen by the sink. I was cooking.
I wasn't by the. I was by
You was 2 feet from the sink.
Yeah, right. 2 feet, 2 long feet. That's 24 inches.
Doesn't matter. I'm cooking. I don't want it. I don't want it in my face. I was cooking.
But it's not
Well, you
about
should
the
have
dog.
cooked.
Respect that.
Was it a different time? He do it the same time every morning.
No, it wasn't.
No, I did. That was
in
the afternoon. That 2 o'clock feeding. That you relegated. That you implemented.
Ooh.
2 o'clock feeding.
2 o'clock again.
Well, that
And
may have been something different.
It may have
That's
nothing.
that's not different.
See,
What
what
I
had
said-
happened was
When I said I don't want to hear it, that's when she was supposed to stop. And then when I said stop at the top of my lungs 3 times, and the vein went in my forehead, that should
all
have
right.
been a
You
clear
pumping it.
indication.
You pumping it.
No, it was the truth. I'm
The
not
vein.
pumping it. The vein.
vein.
The vein.
Yeah.
The Herman Munster vein. Like,
Bye.
dun,
Bye,
dun, dun,
Felicia.
dun, 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 dun. like, like this is enough.
Yeah.
Like, stop. Like you would if we had a neighbor. Oh, she hung up.
No, she might have lost service. Probably come back. She came back in last time.
You hurt
she
my
coming in the
auntie
room.
feelings.
Look, Kay, she coming in the room.
Yeah, she's running downstairs. She upstairs, I'm downstairs. He's like, what? Like,
You better watch your mouth.
and
You in
then
the
she was
same
like,
house as her.
that's abusive. That's not abusive.
Abusive. We went through the whole bowl at your head.
The metal
That's
bowl. Yeah,
Metal
yeah.
bowl. That's
You
abusive.
got some little kibble. And
I
this-
do-
this-
I
this
know.
dog
Some
food.
little kibbles.
It's
I
little.
know.
Like I got a little dog. He eats.
That
The
is rude,
action.
though.
The
It's rude.
action.
Would you like if
is
she did that to you?
abusive. Yes, the action is abusive.
She hit me with a pillow. Later on, she tried to knock me down in the
Oh,
garage.
no, she
come on.
didn't.
Yeah, she did.
She probably tried to trip him when he was walking past.
Here you go
He
again.
walked
Yeah,
past
she
him,
tried,
put
she
out.
tried to she tried to blindside me in the garage because I had something on the freezer. Are you serious? Can you get this stuff off the freezer? I ain't move it fast enough, and she tried to. What's wrong with you? Oh, excuse me, I almost fell. You almost fell over what? Like, are you serious?
Your ego.
Yeah,
You tripped over your
exactly.
ego.
Yeah. That's right. And then tried to step on my manhood while she was at it. Like,
And then made you walk 2.5 miles on a
Here's the
highway.
thing about the walk.
in
Well,
the
I-
dark.
here's the
Traffic
thing about
in
the
the dark.
walk. I'm
Yeah.
gonna adjust the walk one last time.
Uh-oh.
Now, even though I disagree with this whole thing because he did not call me as agreed, I'm going to apologize and say, because
No,
even
you're
though I
not.
did this
We're
already,
not doing that.
even though I did this already, I did it already. I did it already. I said, listen, I'm sorry, but I didn't tell you to leave. I really didn't.
So now I got to go by what you tell me to do?
We should have stuck to the game plan, which was I'll call you when I'm on my way, and then you can leave and drop the van off.
But you
All
was
right.
at Panera for 5
For
hours.
5 hours.
So-
Right.
How you
Right.
drop the van off? The place probably closed by the time you got from Panera.
No, it was closed. But it might have been open again on the Monday.
In
You know?
actuality, I would not have stayed at Panera that long if I knew he was waiting on me. But because everything was already done, he was already home. It was like, hey, all right, well.
That whatever.
Look, shot. Did I
You
get
sure?
shots at
You
Panera?
sure you love him?
Love you.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no!
Yeah, that's why I asked myself.
Hold on. She paid some money and run him off the road, run him on the road with the car. You're
Oh,
on the
no.
highway right now, girl.
Like,
And they missed him and hit the deer.
I thought you said he'd be at that location.
Why is he calling me again? You should have hit him already.
Like, no, I know I hit
He's still calling.
something.
He's calling
I
every
left
30
something
minutes.
laying over there.
Uh,
And then
Look,
I
we'll
like,
just sit here till the job is done.
that's right. I have an alibi. The damn owner of Panera Bread keep asking me, do I want something else? So I'm gonna sit here and drink something until my face turned blue, and then I'm gonna go home and see his corpse laying on the side. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But at least you publicly apologize in front of your female
How about publicly
constituent.
apologizing
Family
for
member,
throwing
female
dog
family.
food in my face?
I know.
Let's be honest. Did any piece of kibble hit you?
Yep.
Where?
Bruh.
It don't matter if it hit me or not.
If you threw a whole cup of dog food at her, you standing 3 feet away. I'm sure she got hit.
And
Yeah.
most of it went into the
doesn't matter.
the
Most of
wine.
it.
Most of it went into the cabinet
Okay,
It's
where the other way?
intent. It's the
on the
act
floor,
and
and
the
the
intent.
princess came and ate it quickly.
Well, I go front. I'm guilty. I did sound like that before. Me and my son's mother.
Well, I apologize.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I never apologize.
That was wrong, though. That was wrong. But I told her she should have just stopped when I told her to stop.
No, but at least you didn't jump over and smack the shit out of her like some asshole would do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give
But
her
I
dog food.
apologize. That wasn't smooth. I'm smoother than that. That's
Yeah, I
I should've
too.
just threw the whole cup.
He said he should have threw the whole cup.
I know my son's mother. She got a whole 40 ounce of old ink dumped on him.
No, but that was wrong.
No, but here's the thing. Just like you all presented the idea of if it was the reverse, if I had to walk. Now, if I threw that at him, what do you think would have happened? How would you?
I don't know. What do you think?
It would have been a dog food fight.
But
How would
What
that
would have happened? You had dog food all over the house.
You'd still been picking up dog food. Or Princess would have been
run around and eating.
It'd be like
She would have been
dog
happy. She'd be
food
like,
hunt.
yes, the moment I've been waiting for. It must be my birthday.
like an Easter egg dog food hunt.
Nah, but not. But like I said, yo, it's so funny. Yo, Momo got the funniest stories up here though. We like to hear Momo dysfunctional love stories. Those just be.
It always ends the same.
In violence.
Beating somebody up.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm trying to work on it.
How?
by staying single. And the
There
funny
you
thing
go.
is, I be thinking I'm better because I don't have a mate to beat up. So I be like, I think I got better.
Yeah, and then you beat somebody up on the street. Yeah. There was a crackhead. You tell about the crackhead story.
Oh Lord, I ain't going into this whole story.
Well, I'll tell
It's
you.
a long story.
The short version.
So she been messing with me for a long time. With us, the family. How about that? I had to represent for all of us.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
That's
she
your
been
version of it.
stealing. She been stealing from my father. She been calling you names. She been calling me names and thought I was gonna let that fly. And then she would run. I said, I'm not chasing this girl because now at my age, I can't chase her.
No. No, he's talking about Arthur Choke. Like
Arthur, because that's the only bitch I know from my Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
No. She was some other dope fiend that thought she was all that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you go start the story.
So once upon a time, not long ago,
everybody turned on their radio.
She used to talk to my father, come out there, sit there, talk crap, she might steal a cigarette here or there or something like that, but that's the small price to pay for the entertainment, laughing and joking and messing around. And she may call me some names. I don't care about that. To me, that was nothing, She asked me to work at the car wash. I told her no. And so she'll come around and harass or mess around and harass some of the workers. But to me, it was a small thing. So she takes stuff too serious. So when my sister's working at the car wash, she come around, she take it personal. And, the female was part Brazilian. So she has like a Spanish type look. And she speaks Spanish and Portuguese. And so you don't know what the hell she's saying half the time when she starts spewing these expletives and all sorts of stuff. So my sister takes all this stuff.
I know what nigger sound like in any language.
Okay. So any rate, she'll start messing with her and then run. And she's faster than Mo, so Mo ain't gonna chase her. And so
I can't chase her because by the time I get her, I'll be out of breath. She probably beat my ass.
So Mo ambushed her one day. It's now, what was that you talking? Boom, boom, boom. So it was near the car wash. So it's down the block. You know, we lived near the car wash. So somebody called me like, yo, your sister is in something. So I come, Monique done had her on the ground,
beating her with an umbrella.
Beating her with an umbrella that she had.
She was curled up like a little baby in the fetal position.
So,
cars just stopped on both sides of the road.
Look, I know who to call when
that's what she do to her husband, right?
Yeah. She used to beat him too, like a crackhead on the side of the road. Your baby daddy.
My baby daddy's not a crackhead.
That's how you used to beat him.
Oh.
I bet you a crackhead now because of all shit you going through.
So then the lady told people, call the police. I'm pregnant. She beat me. I'm losing the baby. So somebody actually did call the police. So she was talking to the police, trying to direct them to the house. So I come down the block to, divert the attention. So she's like, that's his sister. Look at him right there. So the police like, what's going on? I said, what happened? And she's like, his sister did this, that, and the third. I said, officers, look at her. Do you believe her? So they was like, look at you. You're a murderer. You're a murderer. I said, that's public record. Like, what does that got to do with anything? I did the time. Look, she's a crackhead. She shouldn't be believed. So then the police was like, yeah, you're right. You look like a crackhead. So she started arguing with the police and following them down the block. And so they ended up grabbing her up. They was getting ready to arrest her, but they grabbed her up like to bluff her and got her all scared. Then they got in the car and left. And so they didn't follow up her complaint to find out who the assault, the person, the assailant was. And so Monique got away clean and was able to come out the house once again.
I was coming out the house.
Yeah,
I came right out the house. I went in the house, changed my clothes, and then I came back out the house. And
they put jail clothes on.
Yeah, I had on.
You've done this before.
Look, I had a bright red shirt when I beat her ass, and I came out in all black. And my father was sitting on the porch. He was sitting on the porch the whole time that everything went down. He said, I don't know why you keep coming outside. You know you're wanted. I said, well, I'm not staying in the house so they could come and get me. That's stupid.
She's a run. She's supposed to run.
Right.
Deion Sanders.
I know.
Oh, my gosh. She was like, I'm pregnant. I was like, look at her. You can tell she's not pregnant. Look at her. She's a liar.
She could have been pregnant, but crackheads, they carry smoke and the baby's high too.
Yeah.
I said, she was telling me that when I was beating her ass. But I'm pregnant. I said, ain't nobody effing you,
bitch. them corner boys was.
Oh gosh.
Them corner boys died. But yeah, you're right. But
But no, she kept on pressing me like I'm some kind of punk bitch. I'm not a punk bitch. And the more she did it, the madder I got. Because now you got everybody watching. And everybody know her. The first time we went to the counter, when she ran, some guy was pedaling on the bike. He said, don't even bother with her. She's not worth that. I'm like, what? I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me like that. You got me messed up. And that's the bottom line. You're not gonna keep punking me out in the street like I'm a punk bitch.
Oh my god!
That's why I gave her what she got.
Hey,
all right. So what's your excuse for the guy that used to be my tenant that you beat up?
He stole.
Oh.
What he stole? He stole your heart.
Watch him out the window.
He stole your heart, and then he stopped on it. That's why you beat him up.
She be like the old lady in 227 looking out the window. What's her name? What's the old lady?
Pearl.
I
knew somebody would remember her name.
Yeah,
Pearl.
Whatever. Yeah, I was looking out my window, and right on the second floor. My father was downstairs. He bought a little package from the store. He had an air freshener. He sat it on the wall out there. He went inside to get something, and this man took the air freshener, the can, the Whiz, whatever the name brand was, Airwick, whatever, Free Breeze, whatever, and he stuck it in his pants. And I'm looking at him out the window. And I didn't say nothing. I didn't yell out the window or nothing. I just jumped up. Lorraine was there. I said, Lorraine, somebody's stealing. She was like, what? What's going on? I just threw on my sneakers and ran downstairs.
Threw on her sneakers. She was out. I was like, what is happening?
I ain't got no time to tell you the story.
I looked out the window.
She was the fighter man with a can of Airwick.
No, I didn't want to. So then I got outside. He was halfway down the block. I said, hey. And he turned around. I said, come here. He came back. Sure did.
He said, boop.
I said, I saw you stole. You stole.
Oh, she pat him down.
I said, put up your hands. And he put up his hands, and I frisked him, and I felt the can of thing, and I took it out
in his jock. She felt it in his crotch, and then reached in, knocked his nuts to the side, and pulled it out.
Gave him a 1-2 punch, and he fell out. And all of this happened.
My father said, what is going on?
2 seconds.
He didn't know what hit him. He just knew he woke up and his Febreze was gone and his pants was down to his ankles.
She molested him.
I did not. I did not.
He woke up naked without no Airwick.
All right, so Kay, now tell us about your situation with your husband, so everybody get all aspects of relationships and marriage.
My ex-husband.
Yeah, that guy.
Ay. All right, so boom, right? I'm a Cancer. I married a Cancer. His birthday was the day after mine.
Wow.
My ex-husband is 17 years older than I am. I'm 32.
You are the father figure.
He actually was friends with my father and my uncles and watched me grow up. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't even know where to begin.
That's disturbing in that of itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I was young. I was dumb. I was 24 when I got married. Actually.
Did he ever try to do anything to you when you was a kid?
No. But he was looking at me. He definitely was giving me the eye when I was like 16, 17.
They usually do.
Yeah, definitely was giving me the eye.
He was grooming her.
What's that?
He was grooming her. Being nice to buying gifts and stuff like she was saying. He wants somebody to go to the movies. Go to the movies, girl. Here, take this money, go to the movies. He's had off money, little money here and there.
I will say this. At one point in time, I referred to him as uncle. He was best friends with my uncle, my father's youngest brother, whom I lived with. I grew up in a house with my dad and my uncles. I grew up with around a bunch of niggas. He was my uncle's best friend. And he went away, like, you know, life happened, and I guess he moved to Georgia. He was married at the time. When I was a teenager, and he used to come to my house all the time. We all do music, so we had a recording studio down in the basement, and that was the main reason why he was always at my house several times throughout the week, downstairs in the studio, recording, making music, blah blah blah, whatever. So I used to refer to him as uncle. Then he moved away. In other words, he followed his second ex-wife, because I am his third ex-wife. He followed his second ex-wife down to Georgia. Apparently, he had been abusing her as well.
Salute old brother Eric Scott, peace. Go ahead.
And he had been abusing her as well, and they have 2 kids together, and she took the kids and fled from Queens and went all the way down to Georgia. He followed her down to Georgia. They ended up back together, and long story short, because this could get really, really deep, really, really intricate. The same stuff that I went through in my marriage, she went through in her marriage to him. So it's him. I found out a lot of things about him after I left him back in 2021. I'm still waiting for the divorce papers to be finalized. Jersey is taking a sweet ass time. But I dealt with the abuse for 8 years. I didn't know that I was being abused. I know that sounds crazy, but I didn't know that I was being abused. I never saw abuse. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just physical abuse, mental, emotional, verbal, financial abuse.
Can you give us like some examples?
Shout out to my brother Eric Scott. Shout out to my brother Eric Scott for the donation. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
So we could better understand.
Okay, let me see. Let me go into the memory bank. So forcing me to quit my job because he did not want me to work so that he can be in control. I promise you I could talk about this all night, and I'm not going to. I mean, unless y'all want me to, I could be here.
We want to hear, because now in marriages nowadays, it's a lot of abuse. But abuse comes from both angles too now. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a man abusing a woman." It's a woman out there.
Women abuse men too.
Very well.
They do.
Yeah, give us an examples. Let us have a better understanding of what you went through. So if a woman is listening, she may be able to be enlightened about a different type of abuse that she may be going through and be able to identify it.
Yeah.
Sheesh. And I will say this, in the beginning, when I started to notice the crazy, he would say things, and then like 5 minutes later, he'll say, "I didn't say that. What are you talking about? I didn't say that." And it got to the point where I started thinking, okay, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm losing it. You know what I mean? I got to the point where I started recording him. I started recording the arguments so that I could go back and I can play it back for him later so that he can, realize, oh, I really did say that. Yeah, you really did say that. The physical abuse, y'all already know, it's self-explanatory.
Right.
The emotional abuse, knowing that he's wrong in doing something and not apologizing, even after I've asked multiple times for him to apologize, like, "Yo, you hurt my feelings," or, I'm still upset about X, Y, and Z, and you were wrong and you need to apologize. Never taking accountability for his actions, or telling me, "Oh, well, I hit you, made me hit you." How the fuck did I make you hit me? You sound stupid.
That's what abusers say, though. You made me do it.
Right. But like I said, I didn't know that I was being abused. I just thought that, okay, maybe I'm not being a good wife. Maybe I need to work on myself, and, he's right. And, I have to lower or lessen myself, and I have to be more humble. And no.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question real quick? At that time, was you dealing with self-esteem issues?
Was I dealing with self-esteem issues? No, but I suffered from depression because of the abuse.
I'm talking about all of them when he started hitting you, and you saying that's what the wife's supposed to do. Were you dealing with self-esteem issues at that time when he first hit you?
No.
Why didn't you put that nigga out the first time he put his hands on you?
That is a very good question. I think the reason why is because I really was scared of him. I was scared of him, and I was afraid of what people would say, because when him and I started dating, and I finally came out and told my family, "Hey, this is who I'm dating. This is who I'm with. I'm going to marry him, blah, blah, blah." my entire family thought I was crazy because they're just like,
that's your uncle.
Right, exactly. He's like your uncle. Like, what do you mean?
Did y'all ever have kids together?
Yes, we have one child together. I have a little boy. So I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave because I was afraid of what people would say. Because in the beginning, people were like, "Oh, you're crazy for being with him." I had somebody, another friend of the family's wife. So another one of their friends, his wife. I didn't know her, but she felt the need to send me a message on Facebook. So she sends me a message, and she says to me, "You're crazy for being with him. He don't take his meds and he's gonna kill you and all of this crazy shit." And I'm just like, she's just hating. She's just mad because she's older than me. She's 40 something years old. And she's just mad because I'm getting married and she's not. When I got married to him, I was 24. So in my head, I'm just like, oh, she's just jealous. Meanwhile,
she was trying to help you.
Right. And it wasn't until, I left him that I realized that that's what she was trying to do. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right. It was the delivery.
Right. If she would have addressed the situation differently, I may have been able to receive the message.
You wouldn't have listened. No matter
what. Probably not. But so here's the kicker. The kicker is this, right? The message that she sent me, oh, he's crazy, he's gonna kill you, he doesn't take his meds, and
I don't know why you didn't get the message like that. What's she supposed to say?
So when I left my husband the first time back in 2017, right? Why?
Oh, damn, you were back.
When I left him the first time, I received some news that she was killed. She was murdered.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
By her husband. Her husband killed her.
And they were friends, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, my ancestors don't play about me. Just be careful what you say about me because my ancestors don't play about me. But yeah, the things that she was projecting on me happened to her. Her husband killed her. Yeah, so that was that. But I was afraid of what people would say. Because people tried to warn me about him and I didn't believe them. I didn't listen. I still went and married him anyway. So
was he on meds?
So here we are in 2023, and I have now found out, now that I've been separated from him. I left him 2 years ago. I found out that he was in a psych ward 3 different times and that he probably suffers from schizophrenia.
Right.
And that he does not take his meds. Yeah.
So damn. Man. You really knew him better than you knew him.
A lot of the things that I found out about him, I found out those things after I left him. And I thank God for my son. A lot of people say things like, oh, why? Well, if you knew he was like that, then why did you have a baby with him? I didn't know that he was like that. And I'm glad that God blessed me with my son, because if I did not have my son, I probably would still be with him. Oh, I left him because I didn't want my son to grow up and see that and think that this is normal behavior. I'm gonna curse my wife out. I'm gonna call her names. I'm gonna threaten her. I'm gonna scare her. I'm gonna bully her. I didn't want my son to grow up and think that that was normal, so I left.
Well, let me ask you this question, because this is what I always wonder about people in these relationships like this. If he was your age and was bugging out, would you have been afraid of him, or would you have left him?
If he was my age, I probably would have left him.
Yeah, I know. That's what everybody would have done. Well, I can't say everybody, but it's different. When the men are older, they seem to have more control over the younger girls, and that's why they do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why you need to stay in your lane.
So why
Listen,
did you go
I'm
back
in my
the first
lane.
time? Why did you go back the first time?
Why did
What
I
was
go
the reason?
back? Okay, so
Because she didn't want anyone. She didn't
that
want to.
yeah.
Right. She wanted to keep that look. Like she didn't want everyone to be right. In other
That
words.
and I blamed myself a lot. Like, you know, I would do things like, you know, say it was my fault. You know, it's my fault that we're here, you know, we're separated and I really want to work things out. And yeah, I told the district attorney in Brooklyn and Kings County that I did not want to go through with the restraining order. I wanted to drop the charges.
Oh, so you had him arrested for beating you up or something like that?
He put his hands on me. I had enough of it. I finally told my parents, and well, I told my dad. And the way that my family is if you got a problem with one of us, you have a problem with all of us. And I made that one call to my dad, my uncles, my aunt, everybody showed up to where we lived in Brooklyn, and cops came, all of that. And yes, they did arrest him. Yeah.
And she said she didn't want them to be right. That's not true. You didn't want to be wrong because they've been right. They know him. They his age. You didn't know him,
and they grew up with him. They grew up with him, like
him
from elementary school. Grew up with him.
Let me ask you a question.
Like, oh, he loved me.
Lorraine.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
So, he the one that wanted you to hide the relationship, right?
Nah, he didn't want me to hide the relationship.
Oh, he did? Oh, so he was bold. He was bold with his shit. Like, I'm smashing your niece. I'm smashing your daughter. What you gonna do about it?
Listen, we took my dad out to breakfast at IHOP, and my dad got there before we did. And when I walked in, and he was my ex-husband was walking in right behind me, my dad, just the look on his face, he was just like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is he doing here?"
Blood clot.
Right. And he asked my father for my hand in marriage, and my father said no. And I married him anyway.
With your fast ass.
Girl. If I could go back and slap myself, I promise you I would. I swear to you I would.
So Lorraine might know him.
Why you say that?
Because you said he went to school with.
Oh, he went to school with my dad.
Yeah, he's not my age. Her dad is older because her dad and her
he's
mom,
younger than us. He's younger than
us.
us.
No, they're older than.
She just said he's 17 years older than her.
My ex-husband is 49.
Right, we're older than that.
My mom is 52. My dad is 56.
Right, that's why I said her parents are older than me.
Mm-hmm. But nah, she wouldn't know him anyway because this all took place in Queens. Oh, my ex-husband and my dad and my uncles, they all grew up in Queens.
Oh, all right.
Oh, the grimy ass Queens niggas.
Oh gosh.
We're not.
Well, I appreciate you giving us a little insight.
Yeah, because traumatic.
Here's the deal, and I'm keeping it official.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I have our share of arguments and disagreements, and there's times when we have our disagreements when she'd be like, "You're abusive," and I'll be like, "I ain't put my hands on you." So I wanted to hear what you are calling abusive, so I can be able to hear it from another woman's point of view.
Men and women, people can be abusive in other ways that are not physical. Like on a daily basis, I was being called everything but my name, all types of B's and C's and like whatever. Listen. And
that's not acceptable. That's
right.
Not acceptable.
It was almost as if his motive was to break me down. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. And I know, when I was in middle school, 7th grade, there was this girl named Aisha that went to middle school with me. So I said, this old man, he went to school, he my mother age. I see her walking around school every day. I'm thinking that's her father. I'm like, Johnny, got another daughter? Well, all right. Well, so as time went on, I realized that wasn't her father. That was her fucking man. He got her pregnant. She had babies for him. He turned out all crack. She went from a beautiful young lady. She a beautiful young lady to she used to be the prom queen. Now she's the prom fiend.
Oh man.
Yeah. He was my mother age. She was my age. My mother's 17 years older than me. So he was. Matter of fact, me and her was the same age. She might have been a year younger than me. But so I'm thinking like, yo, we in 7th grade, 6th, 7th grade. He got kids to go to school with us. And nobody seen nothing wrong about this shit. This nigga not in jail.
They probably thought she was one of his kids.
No, yeah. They know. But back then, people just said say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's crazy. So pretty much, he waited till you was grown, but he was grown. He would give you little dollars here and there, give you money to go out to the movies with your girlfriend.
Nah. But you know what? I brought this up to my dad maybe a couple of weeks ago. Again, this is not something that I thought about when it was happening. It's something that I'm thinking about all of these years later. But I do recall a time where I was coming out of, this is when I was in high school. I used to go to Andrew Jackson High School in Queens. And I remember one time when I came out of school and I'm with my homegirls and, we just hanging out, walking around, going to get something to eat or whatever. Nobody was, going home just yet. But I'm getting out of school and this nigga sitting in the car and you just happen to be at the light while I'm crossing. And then I got in the car with him and he drove me home. I know him. This is like family. And it at that time, I didn't think about it in any particular way, but here we are all of these years later at 32, when I'm looking back at the situation, I'm just like, wait a second, why was he over by my school?
Yeah, because at the time you were 16 and you were 16, he was 32. So he shouldn't have been by the school. He's chilling.
He's still by the school.
Listen, huh?
This dude is by the school now, waiting for
waiting for breakfast.
Oh my God!
And what's so crazy about that too? He's by the school. He probably by the school, dropping one of his other girlfriends, picking one of his other girlfriends up.
Hey,
he may have been by the school on several other occasions, but
now, granted, he lived. So the school technically was in Cambria Heights. He lived in Jamaica, Queens, and Cambria Heights is like Trenton and Ewing. You know what I mean?
I know,
right. So, I mean,
you gotta say that in Bronx terms because that ain't helping me.
Bronx terms. All right. That's like
Mount Vernon in the Bronx.
Right. It's like Mount Vernon in the Bronx.
So it's not far.
No,
exactly.
Exactly. It ain't far.
Or Harlem in the Bronx.
Shouldn't nobody be sitting at no light for 3 hours waiting for school to get out?
No.
Exactly.
And that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Waiting for you or whoever else. I don't like people like that.
You don't like people anyway.
No, right? You don't like people. Mom don't like nobody.
Nobody.
And the crazy thing is, so his second ex-wife, because remember, I'm his third ex-wife. Me and the second ex-wife, we like best friends. I talk to her all the time. She's such a great person. She's super sweet. She is the mother of his other two children. But when I spoke for the very first time I spoke to her, she told me what she experienced being married to him. I swear to God that I was just like, has this woman been sitting in a chair watching our entire marriage? Because everything that she told me was everything that I went through. All the same, it's all the same shit. All the same shit.
That's who he is. Is
all
he
the
in
way,
jail?
all the way down to the restraining order.
Is he in jail or no?
He's not in jail.
Well, he could be. All you gotta do is get somebody to follow him.
I'm not even gonna hold you. So I'm talking to his ex-wife, and she's just like, he still got a warrant out for his arrest out here in Georgia. I was like, oh, really? And it's public record. You can see that. So she was just like, you can call the sheriff of that county and let them know that you know where he is. Because I know where he is. He's in the house that I put us in.
And he's by the high school that you went to.
Oh, no. He's in Jersey. He's in Jersey.
Oh, well,
now.
he's by the closest Jersey high school.
Okay.
Oh, he's in Jersey. Who I'm from. Somebody go stab his ass.
I don't know.
He ain't stopped. You think he stopped doing what he been doing?
He's
Nope, they don't
older now,
stop.
so it becomes harder.
It does become harder when you get older.
Like, hold on a second, Grandpa.
I tell you one thing. I know
doing?
for a fact that he's dating somebody.
grandpa.
He's dating some chick that got 3 kids. That's all I know. He talking about he want me to meet her. No, thank you. No, thanks. No, thanks. But moving forward, I do have a final restraining order against him. So he cannot have contact with me. He call me, text me, email me, contact me through a third party, follow me on social media. He cannot have any contact with me for the rest of my life.
What about your kids? What about your kids that got together?
What about him?
So he can have contact with
What's the arrangement?
There is no arrangement. There's no arrangement because, like I said, we're still waiting for Jersey to finalize the divorce. And as far as the restraining order, Jersey has not put any clause in the restraining order that says, he has to be able to see the child or X, Y, and Z. There is no clause in there. And I'm glad that there's no clause in there because my son was diagnosed with autism, and he's partially nonverbal. So if we have to exchange the child, that means I gotta I'm not in Jersey anymore. I moved to a whole nother state. Jersey gave me permission to move out of the state. So that would mean that I gotta go to Jersey every week to exchange, to give him the child.
You probably need supervised visitation.
So we did have supervised visits for 6 weeks. He missed the very first visit. How you missed the very first visit, I don't know. But they ended the supervised visits. And that was that. God forbid something happens to my son while he's with his father, whom I do not trust. Not even a little bit. Because my son doesn't talk. He would never be able to tell me, Mommy, X, Y, and Z happened, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So as much information as I could give to that judge, as much background information about, his history, his character, I gave that judge as much information as I possibly could because I did not want them to decide something that was detrimental to the growth and development of my child. So as it stands right now, he has not seen him. Occasionally I have done some video chats with him, but even that, I recently stopped doing the video chats. 1, because it's not court ordered. I don't have to do this. And 2, I'm allowing you to do a video chat so you can see your son and you want to talk about this divorce. I have a restraining order against you. You're not supposed to be talking to me about nothing. So that's that. He's not happy right now, and he should not be. I don't think he deserves to be happy. His entire life is literally in the palm of my hand. But that's his fault. That's your own fault. You did X, Y, and Z in the past, and I have proof of it. You did some crazy stuff, recently, and I have proof of it, and you're mad because I went to the authorities about it. We're not together no more. And I see you for who you truly are. You're not gonna keep bullying me. You're not gonna keep harassing me. You're not.
You're doing what you gotta do.
That's it. That's it.
And young ladies, check this out.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm talking to young ladies that might be listening, that might hear this later. Check this out. Stay away from old ass men that's trying to groom y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Because they only get with y'all because they can't get with another woman their age to do the same thing.
That one.
Yep.
That's what it is. They can't get another woman.
It's a form of manipulation.
Yeah, definitely.
When the guy is financially secure and the woman is not, or she's dependent upon him, then you can dangle the carrot on the stick.
Yeah, because
and be manipulative. Right. And I don't agree with none of that. I'm not going to sit here in front and because we do the gender wars and it may be misinterpreted to be thought upon as I'm supposed to agree with everything a man does and defend it. And what's wrong is wrong. I'm not trying to defend what's wrong. If there's something that we disagree on and I feel one way and you feel one way, that's all right. My opinion, your opinion. But when it comes down to it, there's certain levels of treatment that is unwarranted. It shouldn't be that way. And there's, on the flip side, there's certain levels of treatment that women do, and it's a case-by-case basis. But there's certain levels of treatment that I feel is unwarranted in that aspect. And I will say it that when that time comes too. But I'm not going to just agree with a treatment from a man just for the sake of a Y chromosome. I'm not doing that.
Oh man, we got XY chromosomes.
Right, but the women don't have a Y, so that's why I just said the Y thing. So I'm definitely talking about the man. Women have XX, men have XY.
Yep. We determine the gender of the baby.
Correct. Oh. So I'm glad you.
But some of y'all don't got no X's. Y'all don't.
And then you wonder why.
Do you wonder why she's single?
Yeah. Yo,
bro, I had to get him, bro. You know I gotta shoot every now and then.
Oh gosh.
Nah, but this was a good show, man. I appreciate y'all for bringing it up. We can do this every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want, whatever, because it need to be, a lot of things need to be heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would like to at least have something scheduled weekly and to be determined or arranged by you with your schedule.
With my schedule,
because we need to be able to voice our opinions and deal with the male-female relations and topics. And like I said, I don't have no problem with saying some of my personal experiences. And I'm not talking about just with my wife. I'm talking about from my life experience that I've dealt. My wife isn't the only person that I've had contact with in my 51 years of living. And it isn't just about my actual boyfriend, girlfriend, or wife relationship. Sometimes just dealing with females in general, which means family members, my crazy sisters, deranged other family members, and having just contact with some women in general that I run into on the street that just have warped senses of reality.
Because Momo, that's kind of crazy. She'll like Julie Juice too.
Yeah, it happens that way.
Yeah, we all got crazy family members, women and males. You know what I'm saying? I seen abuse from both angles. You know what I'm saying? I see women abuse men. Now, and they wasn't abusing them mentally or physically, but they was abusing them because they was abusing their pockets. They was cheating on them with other people and just staying them because they had money. And I seen men abuse women. You know what I'm saying? And I see women put hands on men.
Yeah, Mo. I see that.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
But there's the manipulating factor too that females do at times, manipulate men, and so it happens. It happens. It's a shame both ways because we should be able to get along.
You can't get along, get along.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing your experience.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
No problem.
She's not talking to you.
Because even though we're like making light certain moments, I'm sure it was traumatic. So definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely traumatic, and it while I was going through it, there were days where I just, I was just like, I was suicidal. Like I was just like, God, you can take me. I'm ready to go because I thought that was the only way to get it to stop.
Yeah.
But you know another way you could have got to stop? You could have put a bullet in his head.
Oh Lord.
Well, see,
I could have.
But see, and that's what I was gonna say is that a lot of times some women, those are the only two ways out. Either they're killing themselves or they're killing the man, and they're ending up behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a whole other topic.
A lot of times, when a man is abusing a woman takes his life. Is abusing her. Usually, a woman get even in Jersey, it's no self-defense law, but a woman should get probation instead of going to prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, after spending 2 years in jail waiting for
trial. She won't spend 2 years in jail because they pretty much give her R&R for that. I seen it happen.
Don't tell Mo that crap.
Look, she finna move to Jersey.
New York too. Most states though. Most states, a woman being abused and a woman kill a man. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta wait for them court dates, boo.
But they will give you a bail to let you out though.
Mm-hmm. Listen, every dog has their day, and God is not pleased with that man, and that's just that.
I'm telling you, them the motherfuckers that live forever though.
That's okay.
Abusers, they live until they die 90 years old.
That's all right, but see, he's got to live the rest of his life and not have a relationship with his son, any of his kids.
Wow.
Because his other two kids, I mean, one of them is, I think he just turned 20. The other one is 16, and they don't have a relationship with him either.
How old is yours?
My son is 4.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
And how was his last wife?
That is a good question.
She was young too, wasn't she?
She was not as young as me. She was younger than him. But I think the age difference was only a couple years between them two. She's in her 40s.
Okay.
Well, here's another thing to think about. When you have, I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. So what I'm getting ready to say is strictly opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of people that they don't care. Like they'll be abusive to whoever they come in contact with, and they don't have contact with their kids, and they don't care.
That is him, 100%.
They're not putting up no support. If it's not,
he's over $70,000 in arrears child support for his other two kids.
Oh well, then there you go. I know him better than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them that don't care,
and that's why I can make a statement like that. And the bad part about it is that you have the good guys that may have some issues with their wife or whatever, and then next thing you know, they are doing a divorce, and then they get grouped up with the deadbeats, or even guys that are not divorced or not separated, but they may go through financial struggles, and they want to do, but they're unable to do, but they'll still be looked upon as being deadbeats. But all they need to do is get themselves in a better situation, and then they will provide. Some guys want to provide. They just can't.
Yeah, you got to think like a lot, like kind of black men. A lot of black men have been in prison.
Yeah,
in the urban community, been in prison. So even if you get a week, I remember I went to prison. I went to prison in '94. I came home I went to the end of '98. When I came home, I think the rate of pay in Jersey was $4.75 an hour, minimum wage. And going from making thousands of dollars a day to $4.75 an hour, that put a man right back on the streets, hustling again. You know what I'm saying? So I seen them in my own eyes. It's hard when you first come home. So sometimes it take a man years to get his shit together because he got to get his record. You got to have a record for 7 to 10 years in order for you to get them to a good paying jobs and better jobs where you plan for to take care of a family.
Yeah,
Right.
well, you then that's on you. What you think I'm gonna do while you in jail and you come home making $4.75 an hour?
You was with me while I was making 10,000 a day.
I'm saying what I'm supposed to do now.
Get a job.
Yeah.
How about that? How about
I
that
got a
option?
job. I got a job.
Get
For me,
another
I
one.
don't have a job for you to come move in. That's what I don't have.
Get another one.
can't
Act
afford
like
you.
this is baby boy.
I can't. I can't afford you, boo boo. Don't come knocking on my door, ringing my bell.
Like, I'm home.
Yeah, get out of here.
But you know what's so funny? I seen a lot of women do that to a lot of good men. The men that was riding for them women, they was taking care of them women, their families, all that. They get caught up. And that same woman, when he come home, now he been taking care of you all these years. He come home and he try to stay legit and not go back on the streets. And they leave that nigga and be like, yo, you ain't making the money no more. That's the type of woman that is right there.
Whatever.
It's the truth.
Oh, see, the first person that say whatever is the one you're talking about.
Find a pillow and go somewhere with it.
Damn.
Damn.
God.
She put a nigga in the shelter.
Nice clean pillowcase. Here's a pillow and the case. And get off my doorstep.
No, here's a pillow and a case. Now get out of my face.
Bars.
Let's turn that into a song.
I done told you before. Stay off them streets. No, a lot of times we've been telling you already. Stay off them streets. You ain't got nothing here. Stay home with us. Stay home with the kids. Stay home, and you just want to do what you want to do.
Hold on, Johnny.
And then you get locked up. Then you get locked up. And then now I gotta come visit you on the bus and shit. Fuck you, fuck that. And then you're gonna come home and want to come back to my house. What happened to all the letters you was getting from Rebecca and Shaniqua and Shawanda? What happened to all the letters?
Wow.
Go back to them.
Rebecca.
You wasn't writing me. You wasn't writing me. You wasn't coming to visit.
Better. And she didn't even have a man. Oh yes, she did.
No, I never had a man in jail.
Yes, you did. The rapper.
Damon.
And you left him.
He wasn't even no real jail.
He made a song called "I'm Falling and I Can't Get Up," and he fell and couldn't get up, and you left.
Damon didn't even count.
Yes, he did. He did. He went to the feds.
Yeah, that was after I left.
Yeah, no.
I left him on record.
You left soon as they put the cuffs on him.
She's like, I'm gone.
She said, "Yo, I got other things to do." Well, what?
Because I told
this
him
is not going to work.
I told him not to go to Virginia and try to be a drug dealer. He couldn't deal no drugs. I was a better drug dealer than he ever was.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And you didn't go get that money. I told you to go get that money.
I wasn't going there.
And then he got locked up bringing the money back.
See how that works?
Yeah, you should have went and got the money.
Then
if you'd have got locked up coming back, you would have had the money.
Nowhere near him.
Oh my God! I know. He said that. He said that.
I know. And I was smart.
I'm not going to see you. I'm not going to free you. See ya. Like he made a song called that when he got out.
I know when to bail.
Yeah, you bailed all right.
Look, I know when to bail. I'm not going nobody jail.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she said she know when to bail.
That's right.
I'm gonna be shiesty. I said, if men bail y'all when y'all was a child worse.
Whatever. We ain't trying to put y'all in no positions like that.
And then you wonder why he used your picture as a dartboard.
I don't care nothing about that.
Oh my God.
That motherfucker was in the feds plot. He's like, when I get out,
I know. He saw my sister when he came out. He said, "What's up with your sister?" She was like, "Oh, she's in Florida." He said, "What part?" She said, "I don't know."
Yeah, Yo, Johnny. She stole that money from that money he left home when he got locked up.
That's right.
You never seen it. Yeah, she laughed. She took the money. And she even sent him no canteen with his own money.
I never saw him since he went to Rikers.
Right. Did you have the money?
I remember he was on a boat on Rikers. I didn't even know they had boats. He was like, I'm on a boat. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Tell him to sail away, bro. Sail away.
Hold on. How much money did you keep? How much money did you keep from him when he got locked up?
Oh, you be quiet. You don't.
Yeah.
You know what you talking about.
He's probably watching this right now. Like, yeah, I know where she's at now.
He don't know where I'm at. You can't tell where I'm at.
Yeah, he's watching right now.
Like, she didn't even send me no canteen with my own money.
No,
nope,
sure
push-ups right now.
Because I told him not to go down there. He want to be cute. He want to be cute, and then I heard he had some bitch up in there. That he was screwing that there was her apartment and stuff. See how everything comes to light? That's why I never went to see him again. That's why I never went to see him when he got locked up.
That was your excuse. That was your excuse. Women start hearing stuff. Yeah, you always hear stuff when it's time to leave.
Whatever.
You heard it because you made it up. You heard yourself saying it.
These are just stories I heard.
Yeah, stories you heard.
And you think I'm gonna come visit you? Tell that chick from Virginia to come up. How about that?
You wasn't gonna visit him anyway, Momo.
That's right.
I would have. I went to Rikers several times for my brother. I know exactly how to get there. I could get there with my eyes closed.
For your brother.
I'm not going to Rikers to see nobody. Nobody.
No, I would have went to see him a couple of times if he got locked up while he was up here on the up and up. I would have went. But
if you're on the up and up, if you're on the up and up, you're not getting locked up.
No, I mean up and up as far as our relationship.
Yeah, no, if you get locked up, that's it. We're breaking up. It's over.
Oh gosh.
You're doing that bit by yourself.
Well, no, I wouldn't have did that to him. But
you did.
He's playing too many games.
You did it already. Don't say what you wouldn't have done. That's what you already
games.
did.
You're doing this bit by yourself because why is you out here doing X, Y, and Z that's gonna put you in a position to lose me?
And I told you not to do it.
Bye. See ya. It was nice knowing you.
And we ain't have no kids either, so ain't no sense of me wasting my damn.
Okay, hello. Next.
Look,
so
my
when he bought you them fresh Reeboks, he wasn't saying that.
Whatever.
And the bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair.
Oh, bye. Now his ass is locked up. You doing that bit by yourself?
You gotta call up. We have a collect call from
click.
My phone's not working. I can hear you.
You're breaking up. I can't pop with you.
They had the live operators too, so he can hear you. You got a correct call from. It's me, babe. Who? I can't hear. My phone's messed up. Call back later. You accept the charges? Hell no.
No.
That's bad. That's foul.
It ain't bad.
He made a song about you.
Whatever.
It's #1 hit.
Yo, you know what's funny? Don't laugh. I made a rap about him when I was like 17.
And what was the name of it?
The name of it? I don't remember.
So let's hear it. Was it? It was something, a love song, a love rap?
It was.
Love without finance.
It was. I was like 16, 17, and I made a rap because
he drove you home.
No.
I know what it was called. I found love on a 2-way street.
Bye.
Now,
the remix.
What was in it? What was in that rap?
What was in the rap?
Yeah.
Oh, see what had happened was
you know how the rap went. That was your first rap.
I know how it went. I made a rap about a dude that I was crushing on. And he was a grown ass man.
Yeah.
You always question old ass men, huh?
Are we talking about the same man? Don't get it twisted. It's the same person we talking about.
Grown ass. It was GAM. That's the name of the rap. GAM. Grown ass man.
Yo, bye.
Grown ass man.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. I really don't remember the name of it, but A. Marie had this album, and I was a huge A. Marie fan at the time. And there was a song, I don't remember the name of the song, but on the song she had a verse on there that it was empty. It was like an open verse. I was just like, yo, and I was actively like in the studio recording because I'm an artist also. So I was like, I want to rap on this, and I made the whole rap about him.
So A. Marie had 1.5 hits.
Yeah, she only had one hit, actually. I don't know what the other half would be. But
so why do we fall in love? So that was the song that had the hot beat.
Yep.
And then she had another song.
It was the whole it was a 3-minute song, which usually supposed to be 5 minutes. So she had 2 minutes of empty space that you decided to go in on. So
right. And pretty much. Why do we fall in love? That was it.
That's the only one.
We made it off that. And she did something else on I think it was with Nas, a rap that was on one of the DJs' songs, one of the DJs, cuts.
Mm-hmm.
She had a singing, and some rapper was rapping, and any rate, that's probably it. Why do we fall in love?
You know what? It's called Talking About. Talking About. That's the name of the song. That was the name of A. Marie's song. Talking About.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. So
it's on one of the albums.
Okay. She made more than one album?
Yes.
Wow.
No,
stop trying to play my girl, A. Marie.
It's called Talking to Me.
She just
not that one.
Monique
no,
have no problem.
I know what song you're talking about. Not that one.
Well, I never heard no that talking.
She never released it as a single. It was on. It was just on one of the albums.
Look, that's always been her problem.
Yeah.
So did he hear it? Did you sing it to him?
No.
You never sang it to him?
No.
Wow. You should have. Maybe he would have been. Maybe he would have been nicer.
Would have stroked his ego a little bit.
Like, yeah, she made a song for me. Mo made a song for her baby daddy before she beat him up.
Beat it!
I don't know why you keep doing this.
Like, 1 2, 1 2. I punch you. I punch you.
I like to punch you in the face. My name is Mo.
Oh gosh.
Yo, but y'all appreciate y'all coming up, man. We gotta do this again soon. Me and Johnny will set something up again for next week.
All right.
Yeah, man. Let's not do this on Sundays, if that's okay with everybody else.
Oh, no.
I gotta get up at 4:30.
All right, no problem.
Better.
Saturday, yeah.
I thought we supposed to be doing this on Fridays. What happened to the Friday slots?
Because we never know when we have to work. I know Saturday I'll be off.
Oh, okay. Oh, you working now?
I always been working. What you talking about? Oh, you working now? I always been working.
Yeah, welfare is not an option.
Hell no. And she know what she said, because she called working in the club not working. That's why I just said it.
Yeah. Some people get more numbers than dollar bills.
Shit, I don't miss business of pleasure. Okay. My money come first.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I do, money come first. All right, John.
All right.
Thank God. Good night.
All right. Thank you for having me.
No problem. We'll do this again. Me and Johnny gonna set up again.
Yeah, I show up and show out.
All right, show up and show out.
That's right. I can't do your shows in the daytime because I don't even know what y'all be talking about. Them people. I don't know them people.
No, my shows in the daytime usually just hip hop based, entertainment based. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know hip hop. I know entertainment, but I don't be knowing those people.
Because you old.
Shots fired. Damn.
Oh
Damn.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yes, because you're old. You're old.
I'm 47 myself, but you're old too. You know? That's why I don't know. I know a lot of these young rappers before I started doing YouTube.
Yeah, because you listen to all that stuff. I'm still stuck on the old school stuff. I don't listen to
I would say young shit. I'm still jigging a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I still listen. I got all jigging and 52 albums.
You got to get Run DMC on there
for me to show up.
Yo, Grandmaster Cash and shit.
That's not funny. That's my uncle.
Well, then you could get him on the show.
And then I'll show up.
Dang.
You how that works?
That's right. Connect us.
You got to work together.
Yeah, get Grandmaster Cash on the show.
Yeah.
Then I'll be on there. You be on there.
I probably can get KG on the show quicker than I can get Kaz.
What KG?
Almighty KG from Cold Crush.
Almighty KG.
Union Square. Okay. Almighty KG. All right. All right. Let's make it happen. Yeah.
I'll be looking for the title. King of New Jersey, BTV, Mr. Eastwick. We talking about. And then it says people I don't know. I'm like, I don't know them people. I don't know them people. But if it says, Grandmaster Flash, Cash, KG, AB, LY, Run DMC, all the alphabets, I'll be there.
All the Adidas wearing niggas with the Kangos.
Wherever you are.
All right, y'all.
You have a good night.
All right, y'all. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
It's been real.
Definitely.